Welcome to ModiMakes.
What's good, everybody? My name is Modi, this is ModiMakes, and today I'm going to be trying out a vintage printing, developing, and copying system known as cyanotyping. If you are probably too old to be following content creators on YouTube, you might be familiar with something called a blueprint. It was normally used to copy schematics and plans for things like buildings. But I have discovered that I can use it to make really interesting artistic handmade prints of any design on tons of different surfaces. So let's make us a design and test this out. To work in this method, I can't use any colors because it only develops a monochromatic image, so I decided to lean into that. Most viewers of this channel probably don't know that I used to be a pen and ink realism artist who was obsessed with light and shadows. And I always felt that when working in black and white, building your image around extreme contrast changes helps maximize the effect of the visual interest in the piece. So I decided to make an old UFO file from the Roswell incident of a flying saucer abducting a cactus in the desert. By focusing my design around an extremely bright primary light source, I'm able to play to the strengths of the medium with high contrast to effectively test my exposure times for the cyanotypes later. However, I believe that my new art style actually has a distinct advantage for this process, because the beauty of stippling shading is that it only creates the illusion of a gradient transition between blacks and whites when there really isn't any gray present, which I think will give me a larger window to expose the cyanotypes without losing too much detail, because the midtones are the most difficult to capture with accuracy. So with our black and white illustration created and looking quite tasty if I do say so myself, we have to figure out a way to turn this digital file into a physical negative that I can use to mask off areas of my print to keep them white. Fortunately, there's a very easy way to do this at home if you have an inkjet printer and a photo manipulation software like Photoshop. So let's send this file over to my laptop and open it up in Photoshop. Literally all we have to do here is invert the image. Then I'll grab this clear transparency film that I picked up from my local art store. This stuff is made to work with an inkjet printer and allows you to print a negative transparency of whatever you would like. It has a rough half that tells you which side to print on, and you load it in your print tray so the rough side receives the ink. Then you choose transparency in your print settings and otherwise print as normal. Now you have a transparent negative where the black will block the sunlight from exposing the cyanotype and the clear will let the UV light through. Dude, easy peasy so far. I can literally make a negative of any design I want from now on and print it on any surface that will receive the solution. Speaking of the solution, let's get that together so we can actually test our brand new amazing creation. First things first, before I can start confidently making great prints out of this process, I have to make some test sheets so I can dial in the exposure time. So I grabbed a big piece of poster board or something that I had from a really old video and cut it into 4 sheets larger than my negative. Then I can finally whip out my cyanotype kit, which admittedly I should have done earlier because the instructions said I should wait 24 hours after diluting the chemicals for the best results, and I didn't want to wait for that. Why didn't I read this beforehand? Well, I'm a dummy. Well, we're gonna set it up right now anyways. Man, this one's so light. The truth is, I didn't account for this delay in my schedule for making this video, but regardless, I was gonna get everything I could done because I couldn't keep f***ing up my upload schedule. Essentially, each bottle has some powdered chemicals in it that need to be diluted in water. Then they're mixed together in equal parts to create the final photosensitive solution. And now, we wait. Nope. We are not waiting to get this project done. I'm sure it'll be fine. We're not looking for the best results yet, just results. Once you've coated your surface in a layer of the photosensitive solution, obviously in a room where there isn't any sunlight because it will start to develop, you can let your surfaces dry completely in a dark place. I forgot I had an extra canvas stashed back there. Luckily that's a frame, but looks okay. One. And four. Nighty-night cyanotypes. I let my 4 saturated pieces of paper dry for 2 hours. Sweet. All right, they feel dry to me. Dude, it even did a good job like kind of flattening them out for me. That's like a double win right there. I think I got a clever idea for moving these and keeping the sun off of them while I do it, but let's see. Huh? Look at that. You just whoop, close the shelf. Aha! And then strategic newspaper. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna work perfectly. Then I can take my high-tech garbage ball to a place I can expose these in the sun. Now I have to pick this up and carry this out without it moving, like, at all. Oh yeah, we can do this. Good job. All right, so I'm gonna expose this for like 3 minutes. I mean, I have no idea if that's gonna be long enough or not, but it's already starting to turn blue, but it's not fully sunny out right now. Actually, it was just drizzling a second ago. Thank you, Seattle. But before I can fully develop my image, I need to make sure I'm prepared to wash it immediately once it's finished being exposed. Oh yeah, nice and clean. Looking real clean. It's not easy to carry one-handed. Stay. All right, now I just gotta wash it and let's see how we do. You can see the image showing up. There's still a lot of green in it. Yeah, look at that. It's there. Oh, looky, dude. That's awesome. Man, that actually turned out way better than I thought it was going to. Okay, I'm gonna switch out the water. I hope I'm not losing anything in the image while it's sitting out like that. So they say that it's gonna have to wait like a full-on day in order for you to get that like nice dark blue tone. But as for right now, that's way better than I was expecting to get on my very first try. And I'm just gonna be very happy. All right, so we're gonna set up to try again, and this time I'm planning on going for 5 minutes, but that last one turned out so good that I'm kind of like, do I even want to do that? But we gotta figure stuff out. So we're gonna go for 5 minutes this time. I'll set her up. Okay, let me show you guys the coolest part that I've seen so far, in my opinion. Look at that. Just look at it appear. That's so cool to watch. I love it. And then it just gets clearer and clearer. I'm amazed at how much detail it actually does pick up, like in the little stippling and everything, like in the sky, the lighter tones and stuff. This one looks like it might be overexposed though, because the cactus, man, it's showing up so dark. It's like, looks like it's bleeding into itself and you're losing a lot of that detail there. I don't know if that was just a mistake somehow in the sun exposure process, or if it's just like too long, or I don't know. There's so many variables. I'm also trying to figure out how to use as little water as possible during this cleaning, because I feel like this could very quickly become like super consumptuous projects having to do these washes. I gotta like do like 2, it seems like, for each one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like this one might be overexposed. So maybe I should go to like 4 next and see what I think there. But we'll see once they dry and stuff, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it'll change on me. This is such a cool process, man. You gotta love the reveal. Unfortunately, I damaged my negative because I was just being dumb and going too quickly. But we're going for a 4-minute here because I looked again at the 5-minute and the 3-minute comparison, and the 3-minute looks so much better. So we're gonna cut it in half, and then afterwards maybe we'll go back to a 3-minute. We'll see depending on the results of this one. Dude, the damage didn't even affect the corner that much, and 4 minutes is looking really good too. I think I might split the difference between my 2 best runs on this final one and do it at 3.5 minutes. And then once they're all dried and they've gotten their final colors in, we'll all get to check them out together, and we'll see which ones everyone thinks are the best. Woo! Sheesh! Well, the negative is officially done. Well, I mean, once again, it could turn out actually cool. But I tore off some of the ink onto the mirror, or the glass. So yeah, you learn and you continue from there. When I'm doing runs like this with this process again, well, I won't make that mistake, I guess, I hope. I forgot to set my timer right when I took off the newspaper the first time, or this last time, so it's gonna kind of be a guessing game. I wish I could have been more exact about it. I haven't learned a ton about the color yet. I know you don't want it to be too green, like this is looking too yellowish green and stuff. You kind of want it to be like a gunpowder grayish color is what I've seen out of the best ones, and what I've also heard from people. We're just gonna say that the damage to the negative is part of the look. I mean, it even kind of looks like, you know, like a damaged, burnt old UFO file or something, so it could end up looking really cool. Cover it up. All right, so all of our paper test prints are chilling, drying, developing, getting that nice blue color going. And while that's happening, I have some thoughts about things that I would like to try. This in here is a shirt, okay? Standard 100% cotton, although super, super thin, which I hate so much. I'm a thick cotton boy. I don't like my thin t-shirts. This is gonna absorb way more solution than the paper is. So I'm gonna be interested to see how that changes things in terms of the exposure time. But I'm trying to work my way up to this because I wanna make a cool shirt cyanotype design in the end of all this in a future video, because this is my figuring it out video. And then the next video that I do on this is going to be my making cool video. It's all in the plan. It has there's a formula to these things, you know? There's a process. This is a piece of plywood. I think this should also absorb way more solution than the papers do. My thoughts is this wood, ugly, do not care about. Also absorb much material, solution, whatever. Shirt, do care about a little bit. Don't like the shirt, but this is going to be my like #1 test before I jump in to the deep end trying to do this for real on a shirt that I actually like. Also absorb much solution, so try wood first, shirt second. Try to get the shirt to turn out as good as I can. CCC, process, thoughts happening, single brain cell firing, full capacity. No! What? When did that happen? No! By the way, I slept terribly last night, so my apologies if I speak like garbage today in the video. I am very tired. Wired on coffee, trying my best. Cyanotyping actually works because when these two relatively inert chemical solutions have been combined, they can create an iron salt layer on a surface that is sensitive to UV light. When the surface is exposed to the UV light, it creates an insoluble Prussian blue pigment in the medium that shows up during washing as the unexposed iron salts are washed away. Well, that actually wasn't any thirstier than the paper was really, so maybe I just had no idea what I was talking about. Is that already starting to turn blue? What the hell? There's no sunlight in here. Hey, I better get this into the closet quick. Yeah, man, I mean, look at how much you can see the cardboard through this. It's so thin. That's why I had to put the cardboard through, or else I know for a fact that it would soak onto the backside. What's she gonna do? The beauty of this process, outside of just the way the interesting prints look by being handcrafted and therefore unique each time, is that it works with any surface that will absorb the solution. And once it's developed, the final image is basically permanent, so you can use it as an alternative for screen printing on things like t-shirts. Man, that piece of wood is turning real bluish. You can see the difference between them. I don't know if that's just something to do with how the wood looks with it on it, but it's making me real nervous. I mean, this is the same thing I did for the paper and it works, so I don't see why it wouldn't work for that unless it has sunlight built into the wood somehow. I don't know, maybe it reacts differently. We'll have to find out on that. The shirt, thirsty as a hell. That was not even remotely similar to the wood at all, so I was way off base with that assumption, and I don't know how much of help that wood is going to be to test for what to do with this, but you know. Ah, yeah, nice and dry. Y'all like my lime green square shirt? Pretty sick, dude.
Come here, Mika. Oh, hello, good girl. Gushy, 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 gushy. There's our good puppers right there.
All right, so we're gonna leave this one for 3 minutes because we have like fully direct sunlight, unlike yesterday when we had that partially cloudy stuff. So I think 3 minutes should do it for us. I have no idea how I'm gonna properly wash this though. I didn't even think about that until right now, and I already have it set up because I'm a genius. You know how it is. Man, it's still so green, which makes me want to leave it out here longer. What do? I think I'm going to leave it for a little bit longer. It's a risky move. All right, it's been approximately 10 minutes. I have no idea what to expect. Oh my God, it's showing up. I didn't think it was going to work at all. That's great. That's incredible, actually. My washing setup for this is not good. That's pretty cool, man. I couldn't tell at all before. I have a feeling this is going to be overexposed because I had no idea what I was doing, but it's there. You can definitely see it. Okay, so I just finished washing it out and I think it's overexposed. I can't tell, man. I have no idea. It could just be what the wood does to it. I mean, it's definitely there. I'm just shooting in the dark, but those like white areas definitely still have a lot of color to them. So we're gonna go a little bit shorter on this shirt. This is the real deal. One final time for all the ducats. Do we get a dope shirt or do we get a nothing mess? I can already tell that that's changing color way more dramatically than the wood did, which is a great sign in my opinion. So I'm very helpful here. Wow, that is turning way quicker than I expected it to. 3 minutes might even be too much. I gotta go get ready to wash this right now. I know. I'm aware, timer. I'm aware. Let's see if we can get a good shot of this getting in and turning. Oh, yeah. Oh no. No, it wasn't long enough. It's so faint. Oh no, because of how much stuff was in there. I got too scared. Oh man, we're gonna have one really faded looking shirt. Well, I guess it'll look like a super retro faded tee. Well, this is why you do these tests, I guess. Well, I don't fake results on these channels, or this channel. That's what it is. We'll see how it turns out after it dries and changes color and everything. Maybe it'll show a bit more than right now. Well, this is why we do these tests first. Every single surface is its own process to go through, and there wasn't a ton of transferable knowledge between them. The paper was like 3 to 4 minutes in not fully direct sunlight. The wood was probably somewhere around 5 to 6 if I had to guess, since I only did it once. And the shirt, I'm assuming, had to be at least 5 or 6 as well, just to be able to expose further down into the thick layer of solution so it wouldn't be washed out. But y'all will just have to tune in for the next cyanotype video where I try to make a small run of shirt prints and see if I can really nail that exposure time and make some really cool stuff. But until then, thank you so much for watching this unhinged science experiment. If I had to say, I think I have to go with the wood print as the coolest one, because while the contrast isn't super high, the low contrast print and the sheen on the wood actually make this really interesting design together. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know which one you think is your favorite print. And if you like the video, go ahead and give me a like. That would be fantastic. And if you like me, you like the channel, and you want to help support me, the #1 thing that you can do is to subscribe. I really couldn't thank you enough if you did. It means the world to me. With all that out of the way, and without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thanks for watching.